Hi friends, you are here to learn some important tips to pass your CMA exams. As you know, there are two parts for the CMA exam. Part 1, Financial Planning, Performance and Analytics. Part 2, Strategic Financial Management. Each part consists of 100 multiple choice questions and 2 essay scenarios. A maximum of 3 hours is allocated to the MCQs and 1 hour is reserved for the essays. Total duration for an exam is 4 hours. If you finish the MCQs early, your remaining time carries over to the essays. Let me give you some basics. You should reach your Prometric exam center sufficiently early. You should take all the necessary identification documents with you. Remember, you need to sit in an AC room for 4 hours to take your examination. So dress accordingly. You also need to identify the nearest toilet in the test center. Some of you may have to go to the toilet during the 4-hour exam. The biggest exam tip I would like to give you today is to practice, practice and practice. When I say practice, you need to clearly distinguish between preparation and practice. By preparation, I mean learning the concepts. By practice, I mean working out the possible exam questions, especially previous exam questions. Understanding the right mix of preparation versus practice is the key to success of any professional exam. For a university exam like BCom, MCom or MBA, you need to spend 80% of your efforts in preparation and only the balance 20% you actually practice using previous exam questions. That too, only students aiming outstanding performance in such examinations spend 20% of their time for practice. This mix of practice increases from 20% to 40% when you take descriptive professional exams like CIMA, ACCA, CA or Indian CMA. After you spend 60% of your time learning the concepts, only the balance 40% is devoted to practicing examination questions. Practicing previous 8 to 10 question papers will take you to a level at which failing such descriptive professional exam is difficult. But this mix is reversed when you take objective professional exams like CMA or CPA. There 60 to 70% of your time is spent practicing. It is highly difficult to pass these exams unless you understand this key difference. Take the exam only if you had adequately prepared and practiced. Otherwise, it is better to reschedule the examination. But how do you know that your practice is adequate? To pass CMA exam, you have to get over 70% of your MCQs correct. When you practice using a software like Glane, you have to keep practicing until you get a comfortable score of 90% on repeated attempts. Candidates who get 90% or above on repeated attempts would feel that 50% of the questions they are seeing in the actual examination are repeated from the software. You should remember that the software consists only of a repository of retired questions. Additionally, around 25% of the questions, they would feel like slight adaptation of the questions they had practiced. Out of the balance 25%, around 10% of the questions may be totally unfamiliar to them, while they can make some intelligent guess for the remaining 15%. On the other hand, candidates who write the exam without this 90% target score generally will feel that the questions are totally different from what they had seen in the practice courseware. They genuinely develop a feeling that the study materials were inadequate. It goes without saying, a poor workman always blames his tools. From my experience, I have the gut feel that any examiner will end up having 50% of the questions repeated from the previous 10 question papers, even if he or she makes a conscious effort not to repeat the questions. Otherwise, he or she may not be able to test the important concepts. So, the first and foremost advice is to get adequate practice before you write the exam. Let me give you some more examination tips. More than 50% of the CMA examination questions involve computations. You should be familiar with the calculator policy of Institute of Management Accountants, which is reproduced here. Please have a look at this. I suggest a normal dual power business calculator with 12 digits display and 6 operations. I don't suggest you to go with TIBA 2 Plus or such complicated models because you don't need such sophisticated ones. But whatever calculator you take, that should be the calculator you used when you practiced. Believe it or not, when you use two models of the same make, it may give you totally different answers for the same set of keystrokes. So, stick with one model, familiarize yourself with that, and take the same calculator, your own calculator, to the exam room. Talking about calculator, it reminds me of present value computations. I would like to give you a practical tip here. Look at the image of CMA test interface. I've copied it from Gleim CMA exam guide. PV tables and a basic calculator are available as exhibits here. However, it may be better to avoid these two to save time. If you are given PV factors in the examination question itself, you should use them rather than calculating them or using PV tables. If the PV factors are not given in the question, you should compute using your calculator if the number of periods involved is manageable to you. I would say up to 5 periods, it may be better to use your calculator for present value computations. Beyond that, it may be difficult to keep tab, and it may be better to go with the PV table. You should appreciate that saving every bit of time is important. If you finish your MCQ section in less than 3 hours, I told you your remaining time will be carried over to the essay section and added to the standard 1 hour allocation. This learning can be very helpful. You have 180 minutes to complete the MCQ section. That leaves you with an average of 1.8 minutes for each question. But I suggest you to develop a strategy to answer MCQs at a rate of 1.5 minutes per question. Then you should spend another 15 minutes to review the flagged questions. The objective is to free up an additional 15 minutes for the essays. Allocate this 75 minutes equally between two essay scenarios. This is the best time budgeting strategy. I will give you a good practice strategy for accomplishing this goal. We follow GLAIM review for our coaching. Their standard practice session consists of 20 questions. You should aim to finish these 20 questions in half an hour. This can be achieved by selecting the best answer at the first pass and flagging any difficult questions for review without spending too much time on any particular question. Then use the remaining 6 minutes for reviewing the flagged questions. Practicing this way, you get a better handle on time in your actual exam. Your CMA test interface give you a section time remaining at the top center. Keep track of this time at every half an hour and ensure that you are finishing the first pass for a set of 20 questions in half an hour. You may even jot down this table on the side of your scratch paper. When the exam starts, it shows 3 hours remaining and you should be on your first question. When it shows 2 hours 30 minutes remaining, you should be tackling question number 21. When it shows 2 hours remaining, you should be on question number 41 and so on. Multiple choice questions in the CMA exam tend to be lengthier than other professional accounting exams. So focusing what the question is asking or the question stem is the key to excel this technique. Usually the question stem is the last sentence in the question. Identifying the question stem will help you ignore the unwanted details. Time saved should be effectively used in the essay questions. Make sure you proofread your essay answers to correct errors and improve the order and flow of logic. This is very important. Be sure to show your working. Essay questions are not evaluated by a computer. It is evaluated by a human subject expert. So partial credits will be awarded for your steps and logic. Be sure to give your working. Answer to the questions. If the essay requires you to give a recommendation, give your recommendation. Don't just stop with rigorous computation. You should use standard business English. Take care to avoid text message jargons and cyber slangs. Don't take it light. You should use all the time available. Do not leave the test center early. You should appreciate that there is no negative marks for the CMA exam. So don't leave any question unanswered. There is no penalty for wrong answers. If you run out of time, a blind guessing is better than leaving them blank. Even blind guessing would give you a 25% chance of success in a multiple choice question. But you should master the art of intelligent guess or educated guess. I'm sure you are already aware of tactics like elimination technique, but be sure to practice it. Let me now repeat some common advices regarding the multiple choice questions. When you answer the multiple choice questions, you should predict the answer before looking at the choices and look for that answer in the given choices. But read all choices before picking the best choice. I said you can go for guessing as there is no negative mark, but do not be superstitious. There are no patterns for answer choices. There is nothing to worry if you see 5 C's in a row. You don't have to switch to A, B or D. Finally, let me end this video by giving you a very valuable life lesson you shouldn't forget while in the exam room. Keep calm. Don't lose your presence of mind. It's okay to fail the exam. Be a good human being. That's more important. Wish you all the best in life.